I've been trying to get help and intervention from a murderer who tortured me for decades now. So long, in fact, that help wouldn't even be welcome if it arrived at this late day. I'm dealing with the criminally insane and the orchestrations of the community and managing support for these murderers has long since soured me on the claims of a rational enterprise in our society. I'll try to explain what they did again to get it through your dense skull cap. The murderers used horrible shame on a child who they brutally tortured. One element of the shame was that they wouldn't stop jeering me for not fighting them. Oh, they got so much pleasure of kicking me in the head, slaughtering head blows, adults with knives, pipes, bayonets, gaseous fumes, stolen cars, and probably pistols that they hadn't yet pulled out because they didn't need them when as many as 10 of them at once started beating on a child. It did no good even to praise the NAACP for having a couple of kids come out of a pizza shop and chase off a gang to protect me. Because the NAACP was ready for an idea like that. They said, oh, he's trying to subvert the dominant paradigm by he's going to rescue himself by saying he looked up to the men who could fight when he's a queerball. He's a sissy. So they shamed me by brutally torturing me, but making me too afraid to do anything in my own defense, jeering me. My mother put me to sleep psychologically with crazed shrieking constantly. And they shamed me by after I was locked unconscious, taking me to an adult woman's house late at night, stupefied, 12 or 13-year-olds, so she could use me for her recreation. And this created walls of shame on the 12-year-old mind. And guess what these rabid animals do now? They say, we control the next door spot, like we will name drop reminders of who these people are and what they did. Does that sound English for you? It's heavy-handed. Amnesty International did it. And guess what? They still have a stick that they can murder you with. They poisoned me in the mouth. They gave my father cancer. They claimed that I made them twist their ankles through the jinx in my status quo because I'm from Bush's ship in the Navy. So I control a Vulcan voodoo doll. And they claim this stuff. They call themselves the City of Seattle, the administration of the University of Washington, U.S. Bank. This is what they do. This is the Holocaustal psychopathy of how they cover up a genocide pornography ring that I unearthed that shows clearly that the whole thing was a Nazi plan. Oh, we're going to drop names. You're going to be reminded of a one-night stand from 30 years ago, queerball. These are people who line up women every single night of their lives, who depredated on me. I found their manuscripts. Nobody's making any of it up. I found their manuscripts. The persona they list is subjected to successive degradations of the X motive and then subsumed into a larger structure dominated by the churchly garb of WQED, where the Reichsmaster had a Jew who would burn girls' arms gangrenous. From Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, he'd go, Tomorrow, we'll start the day tomorrow in a hospital with gangrenous arms. Tomorrow. And the NAACP says, well, there's Cuervo. He's a sissy. He's double time, backstabbing the giver. The psychopaths. Ronald Reagan is a brutal totalitarian nut, and this is his legacy.